Chromatic Scale workout number 17. So the book is coming along really nicely. It's a workbook. It's up to like over 100 pages now. And it's really coming along, so you can use it for teaching, or you can, use it yourself for learning how to use the chromatic scale in accordance to Barry's guidelines, okay? Now, I have to just give you fair warning. Some of these ideas are my own. They're not real all Barry Harris's licks or anything. These are just using his guidelines. These are things that I came up with, so you have to keep that in mind, right? I don't know if Barry Harris would play it the same way I do. Probably not. But anyways, so remember in the last lesson, we learned a little sequence, right? It was scale tone, chromatic below, scale tone, and up a third, right? We're playing over C7, so it's going to be C mixolydian or F major if you prefer to think of it that way, right? Like this. That's the ascending one. Descending. Right? This kind of thing, right? So, when you learn these, you want to be able to play them naturally. So I always suggest that, you don't have to, you should practice them try to playing strict time, right? But, also, you want to practice them to like a little groove and, take a little bit of time and liberties with, making the pattern more interesting rhythmically, okay? So let me try that, okay? Right, so next up, I don't think Barry Harris would do this, but I like to approach the chromatic scale, sometimes with the pentatonic scale, okay? So now, why do I do that? Well, because if we're playing over C7, and especially if it's a funky thing like this, we can use both the F major scale or the C dominant scale, C mixolydian scale, and the pentatonic scale together. There's no reason why we can't mix those up. So let me demonstrate that a little bit, okay? I'm going to switch between it. I'll make it real obvious, okay? So check that out. So did you hear that? It works, right? No problem mixing these up at all. Anyway, so next, let's play a little exercise here. Now, when I overlay these, especially when I use the pentatonic scales as pickup notes, I want the mixolydian scale tone to be on the first beat, okay? I want to pick it up I want to do pickups in the form of 3/16 notes. Okay, so I'm going to use the pickup notes from the minor pentatonic scale. I'm going to land on a scale tone from Mixolydian. Okay, so like this. Right, that's the scale, right? We know that scale. So the first note in that Mixolydian scale is going to be this note. Right, so I'm going to go like this. Then I'm going to go like this. Right, the last note of those 4/16 notes are going to be from Mixolydian, but the pickup notes are from minor pentatonic scale, okay? So see if you can play that along with me. So see, I might use any of these to as pickup notes for any note in that Mixolydian scale, okay? So if this being the top, you know, I might go like this. Anything like that, right? So I suggest at this point you just mess around by doing that. Like play along with that track and use those 3 pentatonic scale pickup notes, land on a Mixolydian scale note, and then use the chromatic scale as directed by Barry's guidelines, okay? Okay, so next up here, we're going to approach each of these notes by 3 notes from the pentatonic scale, right? And then we're going to go down the scale, and we're going to do 2 of those sequences that we did last week. So like this. From there, we're going to go. Then we can continue down the scale. And then we're going to play up an arpeggio. And we're going to take this formula, we're going to move it down one at a time. And so forth and so on. on. So let's try those together. That was pretty hard, right? Okay, but I mean, you just gotta, it took me a little bit of time, man, and I'm not really that great at them either yet. So, I mean, it's just a matter of repeating them a lot. And then, you know, they haven't really worked into my DNA yet, but if I keep doing it, I know that they will. And so, you know, once you start to get a feel for them, you can start to try to use them more naturally. So let's see what I can do here, right? Let's take, you know, from, you know, all the things that we've done over the last few of these in the C7 groove and see what kind of ideas I can come up using some of these formulas, okay? Okay, so that was kind of hard, right? But I mean, you know, I got some cool ideas going on, I think. You know, I just got to work it out and get these under my fingers a little bit more, and you can do the same thing. So remember, it's just a matter of doing it really slowly and developing your intuition for being able to play these, all right? But keep on doing it and tell me how it goes.